Okay, I'm pretty excited about this. Malawi's miracle working wonder boy, William Kamkwamba. Have you heard about him?
Oh, yeah.
Cheryl, fill us in.
Well, yeah, William is this amazing, well, he was an amazing 14-year-old boy growing up in a little village in Malawi. And they had a drought and they were just completely broke, 1 meal a day living on, no money. He couldn't go to school, he ended up getting kicked out of school. And he wanted to help his village, so he started thinking about windmills and saying, you know, we have wind's everywhere. Maybe if they can make electricity out of wind, maybe I can do it. So he started building a windmill out of tractor parts, car batteries, old pipes, just, you know, some wood, and everyone called him crazy. The whole village thought he was crazy, but he actually built it.
He actually took a book from the library, didn't he?
What I love
to get
is
the
that
inspiration.
his primary school, and this is what I think is so important, is that they were giving out books. And so he took this 8th grade book on, what was it? Urban
energy or something.
And he just looks at it, he gets inspired, and he creates this thing of, Cheryl, what you said, of motor parts.
Using energy. But the book was on using energy.
The best part of the story is that he didn't read any English. He couldn't read any English. So he just saw the diagrams.
And the pictures.
And that's how he created this.
It's amazing.
This winter.
And now
a broken
he has like
bicycle, tractor fan blade, and old shock absorbers and blue gum trees.
Yeah, so he could light light bulbs instead of using kerosene, which is really, you know, dirty, it's expensive. And I think the funny part too was when he did that, he was also able to what is it?
Charge
the cell phones, his neighbor's cell phones with it as well.
The whole neighborhood came to either charge their cell phone or listen to the music he had playing, powered by the windmill. So
and everybody thought he was crazy.
Yeah.
They used to call him crazy.
Isn't that amazing? When you have a vision and a dream to do something outside of the box, everybody always thinks you're crazy. Yeah. And then later they're all waiting to hand you awards and,
reminds
you
me
know.
of Noah and the Ark a little bit. I mean,
taking it
same
way
idea.
back.
Exactly.
Way back.
But I mean, I think it's great that, you know, I think he was young. And so we should always encourage our young people. You know, if they have a dream, if they have, you know, an idea, that they can go for it. And I think what's great is the partnership with North Americans now that have joined him in his charity that are supporting him from here. You know, that you can give money to it, to support, to expand, you know, wells and irrigation with these windmills.
And now he's going to school too. He's being sponsored to go to an exclusive private school, and who knows what he's going to come up with next.
And written a book as well. He has written a book as well.
Yeah, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. You can get it on the internet. You can actually see this man in action on the internet. He's been on with Diane Sawyer, Good Morning America. He's really become a sensation. And thank God for the champions, the mentors who come alongside. You know, I just picked this up this morning. I want to encourage every one of us. This is just a little girl in Zambia named Edith. We met her in 2005. And she stood out in the community, just a teenage girl who really had leadership potential. And I remember her saying to the children, why do you not have joy? These visitors have come to see us. And Richard saw her in the last year and said, how's school? And she said, well, I'm not going to school. My parents can't afford the uniform. I said, honey, we got to get that girl to school. And this beautiful, beautiful letter.
But Moira, before you say that, the thing is, though, you saw the potential in her.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the key here with William, with this girl that you saw. You know, it's as adults seeing potential in young people to develop their skills, to give them opportunity, going alongside, giving them education, giving them a book, and giving them the access to that kind of education will change their lives and change our world. Look what he's doing for Africa now. Look at in his area what he's doing, radically changing the landscape of their situation.
And I think what was great was that in I think it was the interview with Diane Sawyer, he was, you know, saying, you know, something great has come out of Africa. And I think so many times in our media, we see, you know, the babies with the swollen tummies, and we see all of these things, and I mean, it's true, people are starving in Africa, but it's always great when you hear these amazing stories that there is hope in Africa. And the fact that he's going to the school in Johannesburg, which is a leadership school, he said there are so many other leaders that go to this school with me. And I just think of just the potential of that school just rising up these kids saying, yeah, you are the next leaders of Africa, and you can change how the world looks at Africa.
I'm listening to the Whitney Houston song in my head. Children are our future.
Oh, yes. Why don't you sing it for us, Melinda?
I'll let Whitney do that on her tour.
And you know what is cool? So many people were saying that this is an African solution to an African problem, which they believe is what Africa needs is African solutions. People in their own community rising up to solve their problems rather than the West always coming along with a handout.
That's the road for the future. And just one other highlight. His whole village, William's whole village, are now outfitted with wind-themed uniforms, and they're on a winning streak. I mean, this is a ripple that's blessing the whole community and ultimately the world. I was just going to read here just the heart of these young people. Edith writes, in my life, I was not expecting to go to school, but God spoke to you. May God of Israel be with you forever. You know, it's faith igniting. There may be an opportunity to come to you, and never discount the value of reaching out to one. As someone said, the happiest people don't necessarily have everything. They simply utilize all the potential in what life has to offer. William Kamkwamba overcame poverty, famine, and a village of doubters, and he's only just begun. 2 Corinthians 2:14 comes to mind. It begins, "But thanks be to God, who always makes it possible for Christ to lead us to victory." I don't know where you need victory in your life today, but Jesus is ready and able to make us overcomers. Let's believe together, and let's pray together. You can call our prayer line anytime, any day.